The Federal Resources Minister hasn't ruled out supporting an inquiry into a potential multi-billion-dollar shortfall in funds to clean up Queensland's coal mines. A state government report obtained by ABC News indicates there's not enough financial assurance from mining companies to fund environmental remediation. The state government is playing down its own report, calling the methodology questionable.
Queensland coal companies have to tip in money or bonds to a state government fund intended to cover the cost of environmental recovery.
Well, what we've seen since 2008 has been an increase from about $1.45 billion held in reserve in terms of financial assurance, and that's gone up to more than $7 billion.
But an Environment Department compliance report from January this year found that's more than $3 billion short.
This is a report that hasn't, as I understand it, been through the Minister. So if the Minister hasn't said this is actually a formal sanctioned report from his department, clearly there must be more work that needs to be done.
The State Environment Minister hasn't been available, but in a statement has cast doubt on the methodology of the report.
It's very difficult for the government to question a methodology without proposing an alternative. It sounds like a flimsy excuse to me to simply distance themselves from the findings.
The Federal Resources Minister says he doesn't know if the figures are correct.
Well, as I say, this is a matter for the Queensland Government.
But you're the Federal Minister.
Yeah, of course, but I haven't seen this report. I don't have access to that information. It's a Queensland Government report.
As Federal Minister, you must have concerns about it.
Well, I always want to see the environment protected, of course.
But he won't say whether he'd support the Greens' call for an inquiry.
What I'm saying is that as the Federal Minister, I don't have all the information at hand to make those judgments. They are judgments for the state government, but I'm always happy to discuss any issues where the federal government need to work with them to deliver the best outcomes for Queensland.
The industry says it's already shovelled in too much and could instead use that money to employ more people.
Those bonds are for employing people to do the rehabilitation work. How will they employ more people by putting in less money? It makes absolutely no sense.
The report assessed rehabilitation costs versus funds held for 15 Queensland mines that are either closed or closing within 5 years. George Roberts, ABC News, Brisbane.